familiar with Homestar? Okay, it's passed the House of Representatives and is what some people call sitting in the graveyard called the Senate, where a lot of good bills go and die. It's not going to happen before the elections, and who knows what will happen in the lame duck session after the elections. What's interesting about it is that in the last week, a new bill has been introduced. It's bipartisan from Bingaman from New Mexico and Senator Snow from a Republican from Maine. And they've introduced almost the same thing, but just as a tax credit. Tax credit bill up to $8,000, requires an audit on the front end. It gives a base incentive of $3,000 for homes built before 1940 that meet performance requirements, like 20% improvement, and $2,000 for homes built after 1940 as the base, and then it ramps up based on the performance expectations. So if you have modeled energy savings of 45%, then you can get up to $8,000 tax credit in an older house. That'd be great. I don't know where either of those are going to go. It's kind of a crystal ball thing at this point. But we're trying to be in position to help serve that contractor infrastructure if this kind of legislation passes.
I have a quick question related to that. I've talked to many folks in the room at some point about it, is whether there's any mention of extending the existing tax credit for efficiency upgrades in homes that's out there now.
I actually don't have that in this presentation, but I'm actually going to the Adhesive and Sealants Council's National Conference this afternoon, and I was reading up on that. 25C, that's same team, Bingaman and Snow, introduced a second bill, National Home Energy Savings Act of 2010, something like that, that would extend 25C for another 2 years and increase the credit from $1,500 to $3,000. And it lays out some requirements for windows, for appliances, for furnaces or heating and cooling equipment. And before, the heating and cooling equipment was capped at $1,500. If you go to advanced equipment, that bill says up to $3,000. The whole $3,000 could be used for advanced HVAC equipment. So there is that sitting out there. You know, there's a lot of legislation still that has to go through a very narrow funnel. I mean, you know, the Bush era tax cuts. There's a lot of things that the Congress will be considering when they come back together, and they may not be in a congenial mood. So